Well, this is a nice surprise that arrived when I got back from holiday, and I think I know what it is, so let's check it out. Right, packed a bit funny, but Pest. Okay, and that's quite heavy. So the main game is pretty big. Deluxe Pack, Capital City Miniatures, event cards, and then I also back this Light in the Dark. So we'll open these up and have a look. Okay, so here is Pest. This is the main game box. Taking the shrink off, let's get into it and see what we've got. I love the cover art, but it's a very dark and black box. So, what have we got? Bit of an advert for Arcana Games' other games. The manual. So let's just flick through that. Components. Setup. More setup. Gameplay. Next up, some punch boards. So let's check these out and see what the quality's like. Okay, so 3 boards. Probably not the thickest cardboard, but seems okay. Punches out nicely. These are some of the resource tokens. Okay, punch the rest of those later. Research tokens. Okay, I think quite a few of these are actually going to be replaced for me with the tokens in the Deluxe Pack, which I'll get to in a minute, but otherwise, yeah, these look okay. Not the thickest and chunkiest of tokens, but they do the job. Right, what do we got here? Okay, these are the standard player boards. So you can see these are single layered. So again, I'll check out the Deluxe Pack in a minute, but that's meant to include the dual layered player boards, which were one of the kind of stretch goals that got unlocked during the campaign. But I think the same design, but just dual layered, which will help hold all the different pieces, the buildings, etc. that sit on here, and the meeples for some of the people you'll be healing. But otherwise, just blank on the back. This is the capital city, so I think this might be where my miniature goes that I've got as an alternative. Right, here we go. This board will sit alongside the board. So this is split off from the main board, so this has got some of the kind of era cards, the objective cards on. Right, what are these? Looks like some player aids. Okay, so pretty flexible, but these look okay. So player actions and help 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 of those. So yeah, this game plays up to 5 players, and as I said when I flicked through the rulebook, there's looks like a 2-player and a solo variant within there, but otherwise up to 5 players. This looks like the board. I think this is turn order, and this is the point scoring. Right, now here we go, getting into it now. This is the main game board, so very interested to see what the final version looks like. If I can just open it out. Okay, I'm not sure that this is going to show all that well. big, and I think this went through a few changes for clarity during the campaign. So if I zoom in a bit, you can see some of the details there on the different villages, cities, the different materials. This is where the capital city goes as well. And it looks like it's double-sided. No, single-sided board. Right, put that away. But yeah, pretty standard, nothing too special. This looks like scoring, a load of baggies, which is always handy. Then let's have a look here at what we have got. So, pencil to go with the scoreboards. These are the buildings in the different player colours by the look of it. Yeah, these are 5 different player colours, all buildings, capital city buildings. I don't know if you can see those different shapes. So that's part of what you build. A lot of these small population meeples. So these are the people who you're going to heal, and then they kind of join your team, join your character, and you can then use them to build and take other actions. Okay, let's go to the minis because these look really cool. So these look like the player color bases, so pretty similar to what you might have seen before. They'll pop onto these characters. Now this is the real test. How do these look? So I'll just get that to focus, hopefully. You can see the detail is actually pretty good. Yeah, this one on the horse looks good, holding the lantern. It's the detail on the face, so I'll probably be giving these a go at maybe painting these up later. Okay, let's see this one. Again, it might not be the best miniatures ever compared to some of the ones you get for war games, but there's quite a bit of texture there on the clothes, the mask, there's a load of detail in there, so pretty happy with these. Next up, this one holding a dagger and bag. Actually look quite similar to some of the doctor figures from the Carnivale skirmish game if you've played that. Okay, this one's got a pair of scissors, I think, if you can see that, and some parchment or bandage or something in its other hand. Different type of hat, so you can see some details with some pouches and potions and things on the back there, and texturing on the clothes. And last one is this one, which has a dog with it. Again, pretty good, pretty happy with that. I think certainly for board game these are going to be good, but yeah, I think they'll look a bit nicer if they get painted up a bit, just to add a bit of colour to the board. Okay, cards. These look like the technology cards, so let me just get into them. Okay, so let's take a flick through these. Again, similar to the player aids, actually slightly glossy finish. Storage pods, tuition, adrenaline boost. Some of these tell you where they sit on your board. I'll just flick through these to give you an idea what they look like. Quarantine tent, increase your quarantine space by 1. Some of these have got actions on, so you can actually place actions onto here, assistants onto here. You can assign up to 2 of your green people. So some of these give you a bonus, some of them actually give you an extra action, so really interesting. So I'll change up the game a bit. So those were the technology cards, kind of pretty standard size square cards. Let's see what's over here. Okay, so here are the cards. So first up, some starting position cards. Starting location cards. So these give you various options for each player's starting location and some really nice artwork. These are capital city cards. So it looks like these show different benefits in the different eras. Next up, aid cards. Again, I think you get some of these for each era. A bit of artwork, a bit of a story, piece of story. I don't know if you can see those, if it's just in focus. So they're the aid cards. These are decrees for the different eras that can come out. So these include agendas and imperatives for each era. So you'll be having a random one of these in each era for each game, I think, from my memory of the rules. And the last ones here are the Pest cards. So again, a bit of narrative and artwork, but essentially this is telling you where the plague is spreading and how badly it's spreading, I think. And yeah, this just gives that kind of escalating spread of the disease if you're not tackling it. So that's good. So all these cards pretty similar in terms of thickness. Seem nice. Really like the artwork. Okay, so let me pack all this away and then we'll move on to the deluxe components. This is the Deluxe Pack that came with the Kickstarter edition of the game. So this should have the dual layer player boards in and a number of resource track markers and influence markers rather than using the cardboard ones. So let's have a look at this as well. Okay, some more baggies, loads of baggies, which is great. Plenty of baggies with this game. Okay, these are the markers, and these are the dual layer player boards. So yeah, same artwork as the version you saw in the base game, but you can see here the recesses for all the various pieces and the action grid, so that is very nice. So I'll be replacing the ones in the main game box with these. And let's have a look at these markers. Okay, just get a selection of these. I don't know if you're able to see these clearly. So they're reasonably thick, nice wooden markers with the image on both sides. So yeah, happy with those. Definitely an upgrade over the cardboard. Cardboard's fine, but not as thick and chunky as you might have seen in some games, but these wooden markers look like they'll be a good replacement. So that was the other kind of part of the Deluxe Pack. Okay, next up, the Capital City Miniature Pack. So this is an add-on just to replace in the game. We saw the kind of wooden kind of pieces for the capital city. This replaces it with a 3D model and some tokens for the flags. So this is just a bit of a quality of life add-on. Let's see what's in here. So here we go. Get rid of the glare. So these are the pieces that get replaced in the game, and then you've got a multi-part capital city, even more baggies. Okay, so these are the flags. This looks like just the standard cardboard, similar to the rest of the game. I can punch those now. Okay, and here are the pieces. Let me just, okay, these are quite nice. I'm not sure how well these are coming through on the camera, but there's quite a good level of detail here. I think painting these up with some speed paints or contrast paints or something is going to make them look pretty nice. Add a bit of colour to the game. Okay, and then the city itself. Okay, here's the kind of central piece. The slots are numbered. And so this is number 5. So that goes in here. Don't know how well that's showing up, but there you go, the whole thing assembled. So there you go, that's the Capital Miniature Pack, and you can slot these flags in here to show who has got control of each area, I think. Okay, and the last thing here is this event card pack. So again, this was one of the stretch goals mini expansion, 12 road event cards. So this adds some extra events to the game. Let's see what we get in here. Okay, so some instructions. So it looks like some tokens, similar to before. Yeah, same sort of cardboard. So I'm assuming these are going to go on the road. Yep, those are the road event tokens. You've got a series of road event cards. Then it looks like when you hit one of those tokens on the road on the main map, you draw a token and you either draw an event or nothing happens. Okay, and then at the end of the game you'll be able to score some extra points, I think, by the look of it. So let's just have a quick flick through these event cards. So same slightly glossy format as the previous ones, and look, you've got a series of options here. Gain 2 bread, spend 2 gold to gain 3 bread, spend 3 gold to build a building. So it looks like some of these are mostly positive. Gain 2 crowns, so you can just gain victory points. So these look pretty good. Most of them seem to be gaining things, so these seem to be pretty much positive events. So there you go, so that's that mini expansion. Light in the Dark, which is a solo dungeon crawl game set in the world of Pest. This was an extra kind of add-on in the backer kit after the game came out, so I'm not too sure about exactly what this is going to be like. So here we go with the instructions. Some cubes, some dice, a little stand. Some punch boards, baggie, okay, some cards. This looks like character cards, the rider, fighter, supplier, the explorer. Okay, so some different characters you can use. That looks like some kind of turn summary, and these are a series of quest cards. So looks like you need to put cubes on them. I'll read through the instructions in a bit. And terrain. So I think these are map tiles. Yep. So these look like the starting map tiles. And there's obviously a series of locations you can go to. Danger. Villages. Markets. Hopefully you can see those. Just as an example. So some different terrain. So that appears to be what you'll be moving around, and then one more deck of cards. These look like items. Let's get them open. Right, so boss. Okay. So these look like enemies. And 1, 2, 3, 4 different bosses. So the bosses are Kithras, leader of the pack, Belarus Moonshadow, Crimson Warlord, Thorin the Wise, and Isnax Telios, the cult leader. And you've got wolves, bandits, giants, cultists, and then the rest of that deck. These are weapons, torches, poison, herbs, charms, adrenaline shots, boots of speed, so a whole load of items. So looks like this should be quite fun. Looks like you move around the map, lay out the map each time. Be interesting to see how it plays. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that full unboxing of Pest, the Deluxe All-In, with all the add-ons and the Light in the Dark game as well. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like and check back on the channel for more board game unboxings and other content. Thanks very much.